Hi everyone, we are here to talk about my June favourites. It's a bit late, this is probably the latest I've ever been for a monthly favourites. I just haven't had a chance to film. Yeah, so we're here to talk about all of the things that really impressed me this month, last month. So you can probably tell that I've cut my hair. It was a long time coming. I had about 3 inches cut off because it was not faring well, but it just feels so much more healthy. It looks, I think, a lot shinier and a lot bouncier. Today it doesn't look its best because I just washed it and I put in a treatment, a thickening treatment and a heat protectant, which made it's just not as soft as it has been the past few days. You'll see there's a few more videos come up with me with my old hair that I pre-recorded a couple of weeks ago. So there'll be like a declutter and an empties coming up, and I'll have my long hair then. Not to worry, that stuff happens. But yeah, so I just chopped it off. It's the first time I've been to a hairdresser since, I want to say January. Yeah, I kind of stayed away for quite a while. And I thought the hair looked okay. I thought my hair looked okay until I cut it and I went, my hair tends to look okay. It looks great, it looks fine, it looks okay. And then all of a sudden one day, it just looks terrible. And I have to just chop it because it just doesn't fare well. It's quite fragile. I don't bleach it, but I do colour some greys. And so yeah, I'm enjoying this kind of cute short hairstyle. In terms of beauty favourites, there aren't that many this month because I haven't been switching it up too much. My last video was the Charlotte Tilbury video, and from that video there's a couple of favourites. The first one, if you watch that video, you'll see that I was quite surprised by this blush. It's a lot darker than I expected it to be, but I'm just looking at myself off camera, but it is quite blendable, and the thing I really love about this blush is that centre bit. It just has the most beautiful, I don't know if you can ever see it, but it has this little like centre of glow, and I've actually been taking that and just kind of placing it, just the centre, like swiping the centre and placing some as a highlighter because I really like the shade. It's got that kind of, that's a bit hard with all this reflective packaging, but it's got that kind of pinky shade. So yeah, I really like this. This is the Cheek to Chic blush in the Pillow Talk shade, and yeah, I really like it. And then also from that collection, I can't believe it's taking me this long, but I finally purchased the Pillow Talk lipstick. So this is the original Pillow Talk shade, and I've been using the liner for quite a while and using that almost like a lipstick, but it's nice to have the lipstick as well. So that's that shade there. It is just, I think it's a really pretty shade. It's right up my kind of alley in terms of the kind of shades I like, and I find that the formula is really nice. It's very, I think this is the Matte Revolution, I believe. The feel of the lipstick is very lightweight. It's a very thin formula. So you swipe it over and it's not like one of those super creamy, like deposits a lot of product on your lips. It leaves quite a thin layer of product, but it lasts a really good amount of time. So I'm quite impressed with that. I think this one is definitely worth the money. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. But I go through a whole bunch of different products and talk about whether or not I think they're worth the money. I'm sure I've mentioned this many times, but I have transitioned to natural deodorant, and I have found it quite a challenge. There are lots of deodorants that leave me super stinky just after a bit of time. One of the products that so many people swear by, but it did work, but I found that I had to reapply so many times throughout the day, was the Coppery brand. And I can't remember where I bought this, but I ended up purchasing the Coppery one with gardenia in it. And so the fact that there's that kind of scent, that floral scent, makes it just so much better for me. It really smells like a perfume. So this is the Coppery deodorant, the coconut oil with gardenia, and this one has just made a world of difference. There's a few others that I really like, but the one that I really wanted to recommend, I didn't do my research properly, and I found that after I had purchased it and had used it and really liked it, I found that the person behind it was quite problematic. So I'm not going to recommend that one, but I am going to recommend this one. Also, has anyone else found that with natural deodorants or aluminium-free deodorants that your body will just love it for a few weeks and then it just stops working as effectively? That's really been a big deal for me. Why does Priceline do this? Anyway, there's a sticker all over it, but this is the Maybelline Brow Extensions Fibre Pomade Crayon, and this is a like sort of chubby-ish stick. And it is a brow product, but it has, I don't know if you're able to see it, these are not my brow hairs. There's actually there's actually little fibres, like little fuzzies in the product, which kind of bulk out your brows a bit. Now my brows are already a little bit like, there's a lot of hair there, but I find in places where I've over plucked, I can use this and it will actually fill it with a few fibres. So it doesn't come off as the most pigmented product. It's a little bit sheer, but you can see that, I don't know if you can see, but there's little like clumps of a very, very thin fibre. It does, like I said, look like I've gotten my brow hairs in it, but that's not the case. So this one's fairly cheap and cheerful. It's from Maybelline. I think I'm probably going to repurchase this one. I've been on a bit of a hunt for good brow products. I've run out of most of my Benefit stuff, and I'm just trying a few other bits and pieces to see how they go. But yeah, I've been impressed with this one so far. And then the next product is another cheek or face product, and this is the Orgasm shade in the NARS Multiple. And it's the classic sort of NARS. There you go, I'll swatch it there instead. You can see that a little bit better. But it's, yeah, the classic peachy pink shade. I tend to grab my brush and dab it onto the product and then go in and blend it out, and it blends so nicely. And it's borderline highlighter. It's so shimmery and pretty. There's a lot of gold in this, which is also in the powder formula, but it just seems to come out a lot more in the cream. And last of all, for this month, one of the things I've been using non-stop are the Meccamax singles. I am really impressed with the price, the shade range, and also just the blendability and payoff from these products. Today I am wearing 4 shades. I don't know if you can see very well, but I used Chick Flick in the crease, and I blended that out really, really well. I used All That in the outer corners to give a little bit more depth, and I blended that in. I used Call Me as like the lid kind of highlighty shade. This is borderline glitter. And then one of the standout shades is Like Whatever, and I use that under the eye. And I'll get a photo and I'll show you what this looks like sort of on photography. But these are really lovely shadows. The mattes blend so well. They're quite soft. I feel like, I haven't really done a comparison, but I feel like they're pretty similar quality to the palettes. And I am considering, I don't know if I'm going to risk it, but I'm considering actually trying to depot these and put them in a magnetic palette. Like I said, the mattes are really, really beautiful, but wait till you see the texture of this. So like I said, Call Me is the one that I have on my lids, and I'm just going to show you. I want to do like a really light swipe. I'm barely even touching, and that's that. And this is like a more kind of heavy swipe, and it's just like, that is the light swipe and that's the heavy swipe. They are so reflective, and the color is just like, it's me in an eyeshadow. So yeah, I do really, really recommend these. I would recommend getting, maybe if you've got a lot of eyeshadows already, try out these metallics, because I feel like they really are spectacular. So they're the 4 shades that I used today, but some of the other beautiful ones are As If. So that one is just really pretty. Y2K is the perfect like inner corner highlight. Radical is awesome. I haven't had the courage to wear this one out yet. And one of the other ones I've really liked is You Know It. Again, a really nice reflective brown. So yeah, I think Meccamax have done a really good job of a mixture of sort of brights, but mostly neutrals. Yeah, like I said, if I was going to recommend any, I'd say get some of those metallics. And also, if you really want to try something a little bit bright, try the purple. It's very, very pretty and surprisingly wearable. Even as a late 30s woman, I feel quite comfortable wearing that purple, and I've worn it just under my eye there. But I've seen some people wear it really sort of just as a wash of colour on the eyelid, and it's just really pretty. So yeah, so they, I think out of everything, these are the only items that are PR samples, that were PR gifts. Everything else is purchased. We're not going to talk about Carmageddon / Carmageddon 3 / whatever you want to call it. We're just not going to talk about that. What we are going to do is make sure that we support people on this platform that we really enjoy. We are going to like videos. We are going to subscribe to people that you enjoy. We are going to head onto Instagram and we are going to spread positivity. We are not going to, like I feel like such an authority. We are not going to, but yeah, we're done. We're done with that toxicity. If you consider yourself part of the beauty community, this is our community. We are not going to let other people go through it and destroy it. Yeah, it's just not fair to, you know, label thousands and thousands and thousands of people, unproblematic people in a community with the same brush, like label them or paint them with the same brush because a few people are just crap human beings. Anyway, I hope you and your family are staying safe. I hope everything is good with you. I hope that things are slowly returning to normal. I know that in lots of parts of the world, things are still quite dire. In Australia, at least, things seem to be getting better. Victoria, at the moment, is having their second wave, but I hope that like ends quickly. I hope people are doing the right thing. Just stay safe and look after each other, and I'll see you soon. Bye.